here to there. How do you go from a place where you have nothing to where you have something? How do you go from having no chance to achieving your dreams? How can you take yourself from the bottom to the top? That's a question that's always intrigued me. I've always wondered. And in the end, the answer came to be two things. You have to believe, first of all. You have to have positive faith that no matter what happens, you're going to get there. And secondly, hard work. Anything you want in life, you have to go for it. You have to work for it. Keep trying. And in the end, you put those two things together. You've got the faith on one side, you've got the hard work on the other side, and nothing can stop you. I was reminded of this lesson about 2 years ago when I had the craziest idea of my life. An absolutely mad and insane and ridiculous idea. I decided to paint a whole house. An entire 3-bedroom house. Me. I'm not a painter. I'm not a decorator. There's nothing in my history to suggest that I even have a chance of achieving this. But at the time I didn't know that. I just wanted to get the place painted up. It was my house, I wanted to just get it done. And it never occurred to me that I wouldn't be able to do it. So the first part of the equation, the belief, the faith, that's the first thing which actually helped me to get this done. I started at the very bottom in the first room of the house. And every day, I'll put some work in. I'd have the paint, I'd have the brushes, and I'd motivate myself to do it. Before work, I would get up and I'll do some painting. When I came back in the evening, I'd be tired, I wanted to go to sleep, but I kept on going. Kept on going. If I'd have stopped and questioned myself and doubted myself, then I'd have ended up with nothing. But luckily I kept my faith and I kept on going. It took perhaps about 3 weeks. Imagine that, 3 weeks. I thought that to do something as major as a whole house would take months. I thought it would take a team of decorators. I thought it would take so many things. And yet, every time I felt low, every time I felt like stopping and saying to myself, Colin, this is silly, you shouldn't be doing this. I kept on. In life, many times, you're going to find yourself in a situation where you think, I want to get from here to there. I want to get from having this want, this desire to fulfill my dreams. I want to get from there to a place where I have that thing which I seek and which I desire and love. And that is always going to be with you. But you have to counteract that. You have to keep on going for it. Even when there's sometimes, when there's no encouragement at all, when there's nothing to support you, when there's nothing to keep pushing you forwards to keep on going. You have to keep going and you can get from here to there. Many years ago, in America, there was a man called Richard Williams. And he had a dream. He had a ridiculous, crazy dream. He dreamed that his 2 daughters, Serena and Venus, could be the greatest tennis players of all time. He thought they'd be rich, famous, successful. He thought they'd have it all. Now, what did he have to go on? He didn't have anything at all. He had no reason to believe that. There was nothing to make him think he could go from there, where he had nothing, no money, in poverty, and he was living in a ghetto, to there, where he would end up being on television as the coach of 2 of the most successful tennis players of all time. All he had was faith. Positive belief that somehow, no matter how crazy it might seem, it could be done. And he put the work in. His daughters worked hard every single day. Training. Learning. Getting better. They kept on going. and they went from having no chance to being two of the greatest tennis players in the world. Now, you don't have to be looking to be the greatest tennis player in the world. To go from here to there, to achieve your dreams, you can do it with anything, even if it's something as simple as painting a house. Because when I painted my house, I started at the bottom in the first room, and I ended up at the very top. I went from here to there. Madam Toastmaster.